Well, hi everyone. Thanks for logging on to My Fox Hurricane. We are still watching two areas of interest out in the Atlantic. One of those, Tropical Storm Sean, which briefly was downgraded to a depression before regaining its tropical status yesterday morning. It is still hanging on as a tropical storm. The wind field of Sean stretching out about 100 miles from the center of circulation, and right on its heels, we have another area of interest, which already has a 70% chance of development over the next week. This one going to be a little bit more south compared to where Sean is now, and its track generally more due west here over the next couple of days. So here's a closer look at Tropical Storm Sean. Maximum winds right around 40 miles per hour, and it is expected as it continues its track to the west-northwest to maintain its tropical storm strength here over the next day and a half or so. Sometime on Saturday into Sunday, it will drop down into a tropical low or depression, losing some of its strength. There are some things against Sean and some things working for it right now. Here's a look at where that system is as it continues moving through central parts of the Atlantic. Overall, wind shear not going to be too much of an issue with this storm. That's when we're talking about stronger winds up higher in the atmosphere. Think of it kind of tearing apart the top of the storm. But what is working for the storm in addition is these warm waters sitting well above average in the low to mid 80s for most of the area. We need waters in the 80s to be able to really see these storms continue on their tropical storm strength. But even the shear, not much of an issue. What is going to be an issue for this storm is it's going to start to interact with some drier air over the weekend. So that's part of the reason that it is going to start to lose some of its strength, dropping down to a tropical depression here through the end of the weekend. Now here's a closer look at Invest 94L. That's that system just on the heels of Tropical Storm Sean, the one that we are going to be watching pretty closely here over the next week or so. As I already mentioned, going to be taking a more due west shot. So right now, no impacts to land are expected over the next week, but we could be talking about some impacts to the Caribbean, parts of Puerto Rico, as it continues to approach those areas next week. We may be talking about our next named tropical storm. If it does gain those characteristics, it will be named Tammy.